have 7 people that signed up to testify, 4 of which are senatorial candidates. So let me dispose of the infomercial at this time. I'd like to invite Mr. Tommy Morrison, Mr. Mike Lemtiaco, Mr. Akanino, and Mr. Brent McCready to come forward.
It was that remark which sparked the ire of the Republican candidates who turned out in force last night to support Senator Dueñas's Big Bucks for Buses bill.
They were ridiculed, saying that, you guys are just here as a Republican infomercial. And that's certainly his opinion, but was it the right thing to do? No. Was it crass? Absolutely. And does the Republican Party support cutting spending in the government of Guam, especially at the legislature, which has a budget that is bigger or as big as all but 4 public schools on this island? Yes.
Did it offend me? Not as much as I was offended that a man sitting next to me who I believe is a war hero, a war veteran, who has bullets riddled in his body.
Who's that?
From war, Tony Akanino. I felt bad for him. I think he deserves a public apology. And I asked Senator Respicio this morning to apologize to him.
Did you get an apology?
No.
I thought I was courteous to the Republican senatorial candidates by having them go first. And then I thought I was complimenting them by recognizing it for what it is. It was a Republican infomercial. They came in as a well-organized unit. 5 out of the 8 people testifying were Republican senatorial candidates.
You were not told to be there?
Absolutely not. No, we went there as public citizens. I didn't sign in as a senatorial candidate. I went there because, in my eyes, education should be a priority. And I went there to fight for the kids and get them buses. That's all I went there for.
But Democratic Party Executive Director Carlo Branch has worked both sides of the political fence. And as a former employee of the previous Republican administration, he says he knows what an orchestrated campaign looks like.
I know that they sit in a room with 30 people, all of which are on payroll, and they orchestrate calls to attack Democrats. I know that they're working with big advertising firms, I could name them, to run ads against Democrats.
So there's no question in your mind?
I've seen their playbook. I helped write it once upon a time. I know exactly what they're doing. I just hope this time it doesn't work.
But what of the substance of Dueñas's bill? Reduce the legislature's budget by $1 million to support the ailing school bus program. Republicans say that the administration and many agency heads have already agreed to salary reductions, and now it's time for the Democratic-controlled legislature to bear some of the pain, too.
The claim that the executive branch has cut its budget, if you look at the 3 branches of government, the executive branch budget has gone up, whereas the judiciary and the legislature's budget has gone down. The legislature cut our budget by 5% for this upcoming fiscal year. Now, if the author of that legislation felt that more cuts were necessary, he had so many opportunities during the budget process, he had so many opportunities while we were in session to do something like that.
Senator Dueñas is putting his money where his mouth is. And that's the bottom line. No matter what it seems or what the perception is, at the end of the day, he's putting himself out there. He's putting his salary out there. He's putting his annual leave out there. And he's saying, here's a solution.
I think if Senator Dueñas focused more on good public policy instead of political theater, which may not even take effect till 2014, 2015, or 2016, he'd have a better shot at getting reelected.
Senator Dueñas, however, responds that the later dates in his bill are the sunset dates, not the date that the cuts would take effect. Dueñas says that the $1 million reduction for the legislature would go into effect immediately upon the governor's signature and expire within 4 years. Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.